Welcome back to News 3 today at 11. From neighborhood courts to national tournaments, Bill McNair's journey is about finding purpose, staying resilient, and using life's setbacks as fuel to power forward. He joins us now with more on his inspiring memoir that just happens to be named Power Forward. Thank you so much for being here today. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's the gist of it.
Right. Thank you for having me here. I always say that power forward is more of a mindset.
Okay.
So when you look at it, you have obstacles in your life, you have challenges, and we have to power forward through that. I used it as a basketball term, but you can also use it as a mindset that we need to have, because we all have challenges, and hopefully we can fight through them.
We were talking during the break. You actually started writing this book, and I cannot believe this past year during Christmas.
Well, my daughter gave me a book, and it was called Dad, I Want to Hear Your Story. And I was supposed to fill out this questionnaire, and I wrote it, and I thought, I'll go ahead and just write a chapter. So I wrote the first chapter, and I read it back, and I said, oh, this sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So when I did that, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and get this on paper. But I've been telling this story for a long time. So every time I talk to people, we talk about my basketball journey, just things that I've done in the past. But then family, my faith, my family, my friends, and my community that help shape me. And I'm the fabric of all of those. And I appreciate them, and then I want to just put it on paper.
So the complete title of the book is Power Forward, From Redbone to the World Stage, the story of how basketball changed my life. Redbone is the community that you grew up in North Carolina.
That is correct. I'm from a town called Dunn, North Carolina. Redbone is a section of Dunn. Actually, I was raised on Short Street.
Okay.
And since I was self-published, I called it Short Street Publishing.
Wow.
Had a lot of great memories from them. I didn't realize until I was writing the book how important my uncles were to me. My mom was young when she had me, so my grandparents had to raise me, Charlie and Queen. And then after them, my mom, Bessie, who was the person that raised me all the way through 1986 when she passed away.
Yeah, so I read an article about you, and it said that you fell in love with basketball at the age of 9.
When I was 9, there was this guy that played. His name was Bobby Hill, and now he's probably about 5'7". I'm about 6'6". But Bobby was one of the best people I've ever seen playing basketball, and I watched him, and I wanted to be as good as Bobby Hill. Playing with my uncles in the neighborhood, of course, on my friend Ropey's sandlot court, that really helped out. But then looking at somebody like Bobby Hill inspired me to be as good as I wanted to be, and I worked hard at it.
Yeah, and you also went from that sandlot to like a real gym where they played basketball, and you were like, what?
That's correct. We had a little place called the Armory, or the Civic Center, in my little hometown, and it was across the street from Dunn High School. And one day I'm on the bus, and I look over and I see all these bikes, and I said, I want to go over there and see what's happening. Jump off the bus, walk into the place, and all these kids darting across the court that my age, and they were shooting baskets and a small goal. And I was like, yeah, this is what I want to be and what I want to do.
Yeah, so let's go from there. Let's fast forward. You go to college, you play basketball, you wind up at Georgia Southern College back then. Of course, Bill is much, much, much older than I am. And where you were a basketball standout, but then your life things just kept happening. Let's talk through that.
Well, after my last game, we were playing Arkansas Little Rock, and there was a last-second shot that finished my college career. I thought everything was really over.
Yeah.
Actually graduated from Georgia Southern, coached at Portal.
Yeah.
Finished at Portal before I moved to Milledgeville. But while I was at Portal, I lived in Vidalia, and Anthony Forrest was, of course, a teammate of mine. He's from Vidalia. And we worked out 8-9 hours a day playing basketball. So I got a little bit better at what I was doing. I moved to Milledgeville, and then all of a sudden, meet my friend Jerome, and got into the 3-on-3 tournaments. And we started traveling around the country, and eventually getting the sponsorship with Nike, because we were spending all our money up front. But then we finally got to where we were sponsored by Nike, and we traveled all over the country playing.
Were you world champions then, right? Did I read that?
Well, we were world champions in 95,
okay,
in 98, and 99. So we were 3-time world champions. But when we first started, we were always in the championship game. And we met this guy named Mark, who became a driving force to our championships. And we were in the championship game 6 out of 7 years when we played in the Hoop It Up tournament. So it was just a great way to continue playing because the Lord blessed me to be able to play for a little bit longer.
So you served as recreation director in Milledgeville for 30 years before retiring. You are currently director of parks and recreation for the city of Kennesaw. What are you hoping when people pick up your book? What are you hoping that they take away?
Well, one of the things I want them to understand that there's no formula to being successful. And then when you talk about being or successful, what exactly are you saying? Like I said, for my grandparents who raised me in the beginning, their success may have been putting food on the table. But then all of a sudden you get to a point where you can be successful, and it doesn't matter that I was from a poor family because we had a lot of love in that family. And I want people to understand that no matter where you start, you can power forward and become what you want to be. And now I'm doing absolutely great. And then the other thing is I want everybody to understand that everyone has a story.
Yeah.
And I encourage each and every one of them to tell that story because somebody wants to hear that story. And I've been saying that the people or the person that want to hear that story may not be born yet.
Yeah.
You know, some people see things down the way and they want to find out what happened to Miss Kim back in the day. So I'm really encouraging everybody to tell that story because this has been therapy for me, just being able to tell my story.
Well, Bill McNair, thank you for sharing your story with us. The book is called Power Forward, From Redbone to the World Stage, the story of how basketball changed my life. You have a real quick book signing coming up.
I do have several. I wanted to have one down in Statesboro, but I'm going to try to figure out how to have a book signing next month. So look forward to seeing it, but you can purchase it on Amazon, which is Amazon in hardcover and ebook. So I would appreciate the support, but I'm thinking that this book, well, I know this book is going to be good for somebody, and somebody's going to get the message that I'm trying to put out.
It definitely will. Thank you so much for joining us today. And you can find more information and see this interview again anytime on our website. Just visit wsav.com/community corner. Stay with us. You're watching WSAV News 3 today at 11. We'll be right back.